Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
What day is it? It's a national holiday.
I love this dog!
Dog moms and dads celebrate. I really want to take your dog to work. It is National Take Your Dog to Work Day.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out? Yes, we are ready to let the dogs out.
All right, showtime.
It is National Take Your Dog to Work Day. Jen, come on now. She just says dog people are better than people, or dogs are better than people. Okay, so maybe you want to work from home and the dogs are your coworkers. But I have found through like just several instances that dog owners are some of the most selfish people on the planet.
Wow.
Like,
shots fired.
I get that this dog is a part of your family. I grew up with dogs. I did, but I didn't just bring my dog to somebody else's house because I just thought it was okay. It's not a child. You know, it's not like me bringing my 2-year-old to your house. It's a dog. Has fur that falls off. It drools everywhere. It will jump on
dogs
things.
Are like this.
I think a good majority of dogs are like this. And to have a day where it's, I guess, allowed in people's minds to bring your dog to work with other people that may have had a tragic incident with a dog in the past, that are allergic, that just don't want to step in poop or pee puddles.
You're getting a little extreme.
I think all 3 of those qualify today. 3 things to definitely think about. If your dog is in the back of the car and you're on your way to work, just kind of take a mental note. Is everybody
Who's a good boy?
Is everybody at work going to appreciate what you're doing right now?
What if you have your office to yourself and you just want your dog in there with you?
Then go ahead. I have no problem with that.
I don't
the
think
dog's
people
going to stay in your office.
I don't think people go to work and let the dog off the leash and just wanders around all day. I don't think that happens.
We had Cassie, who used to work here in the news department, and she would bring her little, is a Pekingese a dog?
Yeah.
A little tiny Pekingese. And that thing would run around. And
but
then
it was pretty well behaved.
She brought her huge lab in, which is too much.
Just had energy. Yeah, I know you're not an energy person.
It was a lot. Brittany says, what about people that can't have children? I'm not saying anything like that. Like, bring your daughter to work day. You can at least tell your daughter, listen, sit down.
Kat's saying if your daughter was to poop all over the floor and pee all over the floor and shed, then she wouldn't want your daughter here either.
Yeah, if your daughter's skin is coming off all over the furniture at work, then yeah, there's probably going to be a
daughter
problem.
might bite me or eat Kat's breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Don't bring her to work either.
Just, Shelby, Kat, do you need a hug? No, I don't need a hug.
Yeah, she's been really like this all morning, Shelby.
My dog will give you good kisses. That's gross. And I bet you let him kiss you on the mouth, Shelby. After he comes in from outside, eating his poop, licking the ground.
I feel like, you've lost touch with what dogs are really like.
I just described a dog. I literally just described
My
a dog.
dog has never eaten her own poop.
Are you watching her all the time?
All the time.
She's never snuck a turd.
I don't think so because my wife gives her good treats.
Okay.
Like the jerky treats that I would want.
Maybe just to rebel, she hasn't?
Yes, my dog is smart enough that says, you know what, my owners are going to get so mad if I eat this here turd.
8097, 100% with you, Kat. Yep. Don't bring your cat in either. Brendan, I'm not talking about. Don't bring your pets
Is there a cat to work day? Is that one?
Let's check it out for all you weirdo cat lovers out there.
You were throwing a lot of darts today.
I think I can because I don't have any pets, so this is just how I feel, and I can feel this way.
Remember when you had pets and you killed them all because you were a bad mom?
I didn't ever. It was a gecko.
Yep. Is it dead?
It didn't eat. It went on a hunger strike.
I would too if I had to live with you.
I put crickets in there every day.
Not the good ones, though.
And it went on strike Saturday, October 29th. So there you go. You can't even bring your cat to work that day because it's a Saturday.
Unless you work Saturdays.
Unless you work Saturdays.
At BK.
I just wanted to put this out there because, yeah, it's National Bring Your Dog to Work Day, but not everybody likes dogs. All right?
You guys relax. She's just being meanie today.
The KCLD Playhouse is powered up by Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices, seeking justice for the injured.
And then they jump on you, and the owner's always like this. Oh, my God, he likes you.
You guys, I'll tell you where it started. It started when the show, I got the show started on time today. And because I didn't play an extra song, she didn't get her coffee before we had to start the show. She was visibly moved by that moment and is carried on through the first 2 hours of the show. So I apologize.
That might be a half truth.
I apologize for not playing an extra song before we got our show started. It's obviously my fault.
Radio Paparazzi.
Now she's scorching. She was on an episode of Hot Ones where they line up all these chicken wings, and then behind those chicken wings, you got to put on a different, like,
I think the
mild
further
to
you
the
go,
hottest.
right, the further you go into the game, the hotter the sauce gets.
And if you can make it, then you're the winner. I don't think you get anything, but this guy interviews you the whole time, and you could just tell Khloe cannot concentrate.
Khloe Kardashian taking on the wings of death and living to tell the tale, and now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
No. I'm just trying to make it through the end of this. Is this the last question? Oh my God. What do I have going on in my life? I don't know. Nothing.
Like a show or a clothing line.
Oh, watch Hulu. And go to goodamerican.com.
God. And she's drinking water. You got to drink milk, girl. Milk will wash it all down. Evan Rachel Wood. I always thought that, I guess I've never watched an interview with her, so I didn't know how cool she was until she was on with Fallon. And she highlighted some of her amazing impersonations of not only Madonna, Janis Joplin, and Alanis Morissette.
That's pretty good. Oh, right on.
Amazing. It was effortless.
Wow.
She just grabbed the microphone. She's like, okay. She has a band, though. It's called Evan and Zane. And so she performs all the time.
She's
and
funny. She's pretty. She's obviously super talented.
yeah, we call that the Kat trifecta.
No, nobody
And by
calls
we,
it.
I mean me. All right, Chris Pratt, he's gushing over his baby daughter, Eloise.
She's perfect. She's so gorgeous. She's so chill, man. She sleeps a lot during the day. At night, not so much. So, you know, I'm working on some caffeine fumes right now, but she's perfect.
I love it. The world needs dads, and it's the most important role I'll ever be cast as.
I love it. Blowing out their candles today. Lionel Messi is 35, and some people in the 40s club. Minka Kelly is 42, and Mindy Kaling is 43. It's always fun unless you hate your neighbors. Registration for National Night Out events are now opened, and it's happening August 2nd. So neighbors are encouraged to lock your doors, turn your lights on outside, get your lawn chairs out, spend an evening outside, waving to people, talking to people that you normally don't interact with. Block parties who register could get a visit from local police and fire departments.
Yeah.
They'll bring their squad cars, maybe a SWAT car, fire trucks. Kids lose their minds for that stuff.
I want
Plus,
the big battering ram one.
yeah, that one's kind of
That's
cool.
cool.
Local cities, though, like St. Cloud, Sartell, Waite Park, they're all participating, so they'll just drive around. But people can register their parties just by clicking their city's name. And you can also call the number to register. Head over to our website, type in keyword news, all the info right there. The Senate passed a bipartisan gun control bill late Thursday.
The yeas are 65, the nays are 33. The motion to concur with an amendment is agreed to.
The bill would boost federal background check requirements for gun buyers under the age of 21. Also, other provisions will be spoken about. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bowe talks about how much sunscreen you should actually apply this summer. And if you are somebody with a darker pigment, you're African-American, you are Hispanic, you might want to listen up to this.
When we're thinking about a general rule of thumb, if you're thinking about the face and your neck, you want to aim for about a half of a teaspoon. But if you're wearing a bathing suit and you want to cover your arms, your legs, your chest, your back, then you want to go for the ounce, the shot glass full. Melanoma is incredibly deadly in skin of color because people often wait too long. They don't think, oh, I have melanoma, so they don't get it checked out. And so, unfortunately, a lot of the melanoma fatalities are actually in people with skin of color who don't even think to protect their skin or go for early detection.
Can you tell that she's a partier or had a great college life? Because she as the ounce as a shot glass.
Yeah.
That's where she immediately went with that.
I know. It's very serious, though. I mean, they say one really good burn on your skin amplifies the chance of getting skin cancer by 4 times. I mean, it's scary stuff. And everybody in my family has had it, except for myself. I'm going to knock on wood. They're all cut up. I mean, they have scars all over. My sister's 33 and has gone in, I'd say, 14 times to get different areas cut off her body and checked. So you really have to take it seriously. A woman gives her husband the loyalty test. And man, did he not only get the memo, but I think he reads it almost daily.
The girl behind you's looking at you. She's checking you out.
What you want?
I don't know. She's checking you out. Like, she keeps looking at you. She's looking at you. Like, looking at you.
Okay, and that will.
She probably thinks you're really sexy or something.
Yeah, maybe look at you or to me.
No.
It's impossible.
Look at her.
I prefer to look at you. That you're the most beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, but look at her. She looks really pretty.
I'm not tired, man. Okay, I don't go in trouble in this way. You figure that
This guy's on the next level. Well done, sir.
Round of applause for that guy. Learn. All right, within the last week, we learned how to make cake on the dash of our car. If you live in Phoenix, Arizona, I think it was like a matter of 3 hours, got to a temp inside the car of over 250, baked this cake.
Bananas.
He decorated it inside the house and took a big bite for all of his TikTok followers. Now we have this weatherman from Chattanooga, and he's making what in his mailbox?
All right, so we all know it's going to be hot, it's going to be hazy, it's going to be humid. How about making some mailbox lasagna? So here's what you need to do. First and foremost, use fully cooked meat. Don't rely on the mailbox to do that for you. Assemble all the lasagna pieces, the noodles and cheese, in a 5-inch by 10-inch dish. Place it in your mailbox by 10 o'clock this morning. Let it cook for about 4 to 8 hours. And then when you come home, grab your mail and dinner, and it should be ready to go.
Here's the problem. That mailman ain't going to mess around. He's just going to throw the stuff on top of your lasagna.
And I don't know about you, but I have a family of spiders living in my mailbox, so I really don't want to mess around with that.
I've got the communal mailbox at the end of the cul-de-sac.
Oh, okay.
Like, we share with like 20 neighbors. I just got a slot. That ain't going to work.
People are going to be getting their mail and smelling garlic. Feeling, ooh, what's that smell? But mailbox lasagna, that's kind of a cute name.
Very cool.
What I wanted to do was focus on like kitschy names for meals. Like, was it Nana's Chili or whatever it was? Nana Millie's Chili. So I know how to make prison nachos. And I'm not going to tell you how I learned how to make prison nachos. I didn't personally go to prison, but they are the generic Dorito dusted rounds that you get.
Okay.
You can get it at any grocery store,
sure.
Walmart, Target. And they actually kind of taste better than Doritos, to be honest. Then you take the congealed cheese that's in a can that you peel back the silver top.
Oh.
And then you put that into like a Tupperware to nuke. And then you
okay, so you just heat the cheese separately?
You don't put your metal can in there. Yeah.
No, I didn't know if you put it on the chips first.
No, you put the cheese into like a Tupperware. You nuke that, and then you take a jar of jalapenos.
Okay.
And what else? Oh my God! But you have to put it all in to make yourself feel like you're in prison. A plastic dish, because you don't want to feel too ritzy. So then you put your chips, then you layer the sauce, then you put the jalapenos on there, and then I'm trying to think if there are diced tomatoes, but I don't think there are. But yeah, I mean, it really does taste good.
Sounds
especially
like
on
some
game day.
high-class action for prisoners.
Yeah, it's good.
My grandmother always used to make governor's steak, and I still don't know why it's called that, but it's basically you take any cut of meat. Usually it was like a round steak, and you take the Lipton onion soup mix. And then I think it was like, I don't remember what else was going in there, but it kind of made the gravy and the steak, and it's slow cooked for like 4 hours. And then she always make mashed potatoes. You throw the gravy over the top of it. It was one of those things that when I would come back from college, my mom cooked, I don't know, 7 or 8 meals her entire life, and that would be it.
So would she order out, or what was the deal?
No, we just always were we just would fend for ourselves and then eat together. It was very weird. Like I remember eating like an apple.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
Yeah, for dinner. You know what I mean? It was stuff like that. It was just, we never had that giant family meal. But when I'd come home from college, my mom would always, I would walk in, And that smell would hit me of governor's steak, and she would be so proud because she had cooked. So proud. Jeremy, what are you guys eating on that's got a cool name?
My food this morning is canadels.
You have what?
What is your meal called?
Canadels.
Canado.
It's German.
What goes into it?
Canadels. Egg, flour, and milk. So it's like a dumpling, but a dumpling only has egg and flour in it. This has got egg, flour, and milk. And we always eat them with like fish and wild game and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a dumpling.
Ooh. I'm really just caught up with the word dump in that. You know, like I've never gotten over that. But I do love a good dumpling. I really do.
Today, kids, is a Fortune Friday. Now, the backstory on this is about 3, maybe even 4 summers ago, we found a set of tarot cards at a rummage sale. They were 50 cents. We're like, we don't have that kind of budget. Can you do quarter? And they said, yeah, just to get rid of them. Now, they're very special tarot cards. They're tarot cards made especially for the 1950s housewife.
Yeah, so there are a lot of innuendos and things that you have. You got to read through the lines.
It translates pretty poorly today, so Kat's going to, definitely hype it up a little bit for you. How's Alexa feeling today?
Great.
Good. Are you in a space capsule while you're eating breakfast? It sounds like you're in a submarine, maybe?
No, I'm parked at the gas station.
All right.
What's for breakfast?
Yeah.
What are you chowing down
Is
on?
that a gas station breakfast burrito you're eating?
Breakfast pizza.
Nice. Are you at Casey's?
You know it.
I think that's the best breakfast pizza around. So.
I don't even think we have to tell you what your future is. It looks bright because you're having a Casey's breakfast pizza. So we know ahead of time that you're an Aquarius. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So what's her horoscope looking like today?
Your intuition is going to be very elevated today. You're going to feel sensitive to the thoughts and feelings of other people. Could inspire you to show compassion, but don't do too much with that today. It's going to make you hit like that emotional, mental, brick wall. So take time to recharge and then make it a great night for an impromptu gathering at your house.
Ooh, having a party?
Yeah, actually.
That's what I thought. I freak myself out sometimes. I'm going to be honest with you.
So
that was pretty amazing.
Now, what else is going on in her future as she eats her breakfast pizza?
The tarot card that was drawn for you, literally, it picks itself. The Hanged Man, which stands for epiphany, hardship, and a turning point. So it says you finally see things for the way they really are, but you have to keep in mind that sacrifice and hardship, they're necessary to make way for future happiness. Alexa.
Ooh, I like it.
I do too. And I want some breakfast pizza. Like bad.
See, this is the hardest. Alexa off. See, this is the hardest part about having so many listeners named Alexa and then having one in the studio is we got to on, off, shut up, anything. And this one's hungry too.
I had to throw mine away.
Oh, you threw it. You threw yours away.
You did? She bothered you?
Can't you give it another name?
Too much family conflict.
I thought you could give it another name.
You can rename your Alexa?
I think you can.
Okay.
Well,
I had no idea.
I don't mean to make you go dumpster diving or anything today here, but enjoy your breakfast pizza. Thanks for being on the show. Have a great morning. I'm glad that we could get everything right in your life.
You too.
Bring some bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
That's what I thought.
Got time for one more?
Yeah, I do.
Now, we're told that Meg has the big Sag.
Are you a Sag, Meg?
Sure. She's not even entertaining it. She's like, I don't want anything to do with this. No.
Your vibe right now, you're going to hear your horoscope and go, that is spot on. Are you ready for it?
I am ready.
All right.
Megan, on a Fortune Friday, what do you got for her?
Check in with your body today. If you've been staying up late, eating unhealthy, burning the candle at both ends, it's going to catch up with you. You're going to feel it today. And it says treat your body as the temple it is and don't shy away from investing in either physical fitness, so buy a new gym outfit, invest in subscribing for a meal service, or get a new pair of walking shoes. Are you feeling just drained?
Yeah, it's been quite a week, actually.
That's what I thought.
Who's
of that in the background?
No, actually, that's constant.
Oh, cute.
No, it's been a week for sure.
Okay, well, let's see what you have to look
yeah.
forward to. Here's your forecast, basically your fortune.
This isn't bad. While you were on hold, the King of Wands card jumped out of the pack here. It says charismatic and inventive. The King of Wands is the embodiment of inspired creativity. So you're going to start to feel the motivation come back to start handling things that maybe you have a list going and you'll be able to conquer those. Lately, I've been feeling really tired as well. And I'll just be like, okay, I'm just going to lay down for a half hour, get up, get everything done. And cut to 90 minutes later, then you're all like totally out
tired,
of it. You're
right?
too tired to
90
do anything.
minutes.
Yeah.
90 minutes. I'm fall asleep at 8 o'clock and I'm up the next day at 6. So.
Oh.
Whoa. You're sleeping for 10 hours?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
a problem. You should see a doctor.
No,
That's not normal.
That's awesome. I love that for you. That's really good.
And what's your is that your daughter in the back that we can hear, or is it your son?
That was my son, but my daughter's in the back too, but she's being quiet.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give her some love. What's her name since she's the good child?
Her name is Cora.
All right, Cora. Good job. Way to help mommy out. She's obviously stressing. She's on the breaking point. We could feel it. But
Let's
she's
let
gonna have
Meg the Sag get back to the day.
All right, Meg. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
So there's, carvertising. It's like advertising on your car.
Where people put, you see this a lot with car dealerships.
Yeah, but people, like random, regular people are doing it even more nowadays, especially if you drive for like Uber and Lyft. You can make an extra $600 a month if you carvertise. But
moving billboard.
Any company, if they give you money, would you advertise for them or do you draw a line somewhere?
I got a couple lines I draw.
Okay.
One is for cigarettes.
Okay.
I won't do that. Also, anything political. Here's why. It's not that I care what you think, because I don't, clearly. But I think people are at such odds on being a lefty or a righty.
Yeah.
That they would cause harm to my vehicle. Like if you...
Very true.
Right? You know what I mean? Like if you put a political candidate on there and they didn't agree with it, I don't think people are beyond being just good, regular humans to not egg your car, key your car, stick a knife in your tire.
Isn't that weird that someone can't just walk by something?
Yeah. It's the way that it is right now. I don't know how to fix it, man, but it is the way it is. So, I mean, whether you're on one side or the other, and it's small-minded people that make moves like that, and I'm not willing to risk the integrity of my vehicle because you want to live on one side of the aisle or the other. So I wouldn't do the political stuff either.
Okay. So I would do just about anything. I think we know that. But maybe not like an enemas.
I would do that for sure.
Really?
Like wet and wild enemas? For sure.
No, I probably wouldn't advertise that. Baby hair dye, definitely not. I don't promote that. And then poise pads, you're just going to get made fun of like all the time.
Yeah, but it's $7,000 a year for just driving.
You're just asking for people to go buy poise pads and then take off the adhesive and stick them on your car, and then they're like, oh, it's so funny. My mom used to do that to my brother.
Yeah, also any country music artist.
Oh, yeah.
Like, screw you, Luke Combs.
What about Tim McGraw? He's like a classic American icon. Okay.
No.
All right. We found another line drawn. So if you are carvertising and somebody says, hey, we'll give you $600 a month to advertise this on your car, and you have to say no, what is the product? Where do you draw the line? Jennifer Hudson's show is set to start September 12th. It's also a good omen because it's her 41st birthday. So here's a promo.
I've lived a lot of life, and I'm still here. On the Jennifer Hudson show, you're going to get quality, you're going to get honesty, you're going to get all of my heart, and don't forget the fun. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes. I love you too. I live for the fun. I live for the fellowship. That girl has been through a lot. I could not imagine dealing with the tragedy that happened with her family.
I often forget that she was American Idol alum. You know what I mean? Like, she's become such a monster star.
All right, Taraji P Henson, she is a famed actress. She's been on this show before, and she's saying that she's not ruling out living abroad. Actually, it looks quite appealing.
I'm really considering getting up out of here, though, like leaving and living in another country. I want to go where it is neutral ground, and I don't have to fight. I don't have to choose and pick a side. I can just be, and I can live. I want to be called Bella every day.
Where would you go that doesn't have any kind of political, landscape?
Dubai.
Well, or Sweden, maybe.
Dubai is like the place where people are going now. If you have that kind of money, she doesn't even have that kind of money, and she has a lot of money here. Like I was watching something the other night where if you buy a license plate in Dubai and it's the smallest number, like 1 through 9, like if you buy a number 2 license plate, it's $33 million. Isn't that crazy? It just goes to you show off your wealth. So if you have that kind of money, it's
we
your
have
playground.
friends that used to live in Singapore and they lived in Dubai, and I think there's a lot of little mini countries inside Dubai, but I think you're right. It's definitely a baller spot.
It's a place, and they're very progressive right now. They even a year ago would not let you live with someone that you were dating. And within a year, they've done a lot of about faces, which is kind of impressive. Camila Cabello, she's talking about Bam Bam, one of my favorite songs. But that's because I watched the music video as well. If you have time to watch it, it's so hot and fun and exactly what young girls should be about. But it also resembles Camila's life.
There's just a lot of layers to it, and for people to connect with it and to know that the song is obviously there are so many songs that I have and that many people have that are personal and honest, but for it to be personal and honest and also feel like something that can get somebody through a hard time is really special.
So there you go. Only ask for that. Blowing out their candles today, we have the 40s Club. So we have Minka Kelly turning 42. Mindy Kaling is 43. And Petra Nemgova, the model, is 43. All right, the public is invited to enjoy a pint and a tour of St. Cloud's stormwater system and recent water improvement projects. So it's called the Cheers to Clean Water. Get to know your H2O, July 21st. And you can go on a tour of the underground storm system. And is this like when Bill Gates drank his own poo water?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting duped here. This sounds like a way to gather up all the people that don't have jobs and get them out of here.
I think it's interesting to see how they clean, right when the rain hits the ground.
Could you do a video and post it instead of me going in the sewer?
They might, but some people are just curious. Registration includes a tour, light dinner, and a beer from Pantown. You can go to Pantown and enjoy.
What would the light dinner in the sewer be?
The tour of the sewer and a light dinner.
No.
You eat the dinner at Pantown.
Not till I get a shower.
Okay. You're so picky about stuff.
Yeah, look
you
at
won't
me,
drink storm
not wanting
water.
to be in the sewers for a long time. What am I, a turtle?
Yeah. Logan Ury, the director of relationship science at Hinge, which sounds made up, talked about a new trend this summer. Actually, it's called sober dating. 75% of singles prefer to date sober now.
We see that Gen Z is drinking less in general. They're drinking about 20% less than millennials were at the same age. And the pandemic helped us go deep. We got to know ourselves better. Now we want to get to know our dates better, and it's easier to do that without alcohol. You don't want to wait until the 6th date to see if you like the person sober. People feel like they lost time. They couldn't date the way they wanted to during the pandemic. They want to make up for lost time. And part of that is seeing from the beginning, do I like you or do I just like this cocktail?
So what am I going to blame my comments on? Normally, okay. I am so sorry I said that. It was totally the rosé. A woman's church group tried to hike up a mountain in Phoenix yesterday to get closer to God. They did it when it was 106 degrees outside. The heat got to them. They had to get they had to get picked up off the mountain. They all survived, which is great news.
We praise, we worship, we do different activities that are not only test our physical, but they test our spiritual as well.
I started getting really, really dizzy, and then after that, it was like, no, we can't do this.
When I tell you I barely made it down, I had an episode in the car, almost passed out. It was a lot.
Now, I grew up in a pretty religious situation. My mother went and became a parish worker and all sorts of stuff, but never once had I thought, especially in the summer in Phoenix, that if I get up that mountain, I'm that much closer to God than everybody else down in the city.
Listen, I believe the beautiful concept of it. You get closer to the sky. That's closer to God.
You want to go camping and clear your mind and get stuff out, and you get a little bit more spiritual and in touch with your relationship with God. I'm all about that, but I also know that if I work here on this floor, the guy that works on the 4th floor of our building isn't necessarily closer to God.
His prayers aren't reaching God.
I don't think they get there that much faster, no.
All right. Can you relax me a little bit here? A new survey says that the average person only relaxes for about 40 minutes a day. So we were go nonstop yesterday. And I found time to sit on my couch, nothing going, TV off, air conditioner on, and just kind of laid my head back and relaxed. And then I felt Liam watching me. I was like, can I have the TV so I can play 2K. I'm like, fine. So they said that people work out to relax. The most people say workout. No, that's not me. Listen to music to relax. And then the third option was to go on a nice light walk to relax. So however you find yourself relaxing today, do it for more than 40 minutes. Your body deserves it. All right. So Lacey had texted us, and I was excited to work it into the show because it is happening tomorrow. But she says you guys are always looking for things from us to talk about. Here's one for you. My sister did one of those posts on Tuesday looking for a babysitter for tomorrow night so she could go to a friend's birthday. Someone she has met twice is watching my niece and nephew tomorrow night for 5 hours. And that's it. Like, I would not have a complete problem with that.
I'm okay with that.
You've only met someone twice, you know their character, and you know
think I do.
That they're okay to be with your babies?
Yeah, I think I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a pretty good judge of character, but I probably would not do that. But then I think about all the times that my mom needed a babysitter and they sent over some pimply 15-year-old girl that just sat there and look through magazines.
A lot of people will use a service and they've never met that person before.
So that's a good point. But when it's on Facebook, I have a problem with it only because you literally just told everyone around the world or whoever can look at your Facebook page that you're going to be gone between those hours. You won't be home and a stranger will be there.
It's the same as saying, hey, I'm leaving for vacation today.
Exactly. You're posting photos while you're on vacation. You're letting everyone know that you are not home. Come steal all my stuff. So I told Lacey I'd throw it out there and just see what people's opinions were.
Kat and I know somebody that used to work in radio, and we saw on more than one occasion. Now, we have got an amazing audience, but I need you to understand that unless I know you personally, I don't trust you with my children. I would trust you to change my oil. I would trust you to bake me a pizza. But I would not trust you to come into my home and watch my children. That is reserved for relatives and people I know and have gained my trust. But we both know somebody who worked in radio in a really decent-sized market who on more than one occasion would post something like this to all her listeners on their Facebook, their radio station Facebook page.
Crazy.
Could anybody watch my child for 2 hours tonight? And I was just like,
how could you? Yeah.
I mean, we broadcast to tens of thousands of people every week that we don't know. And it's not that we don't trust you, but we don't trust you. My old man was always very upfront with this, and I always appreciated this. He's like, it's not that I don't trust you, but I don't know you to trust you.
Yeah.
It's not a knock. The same as I would expect, even though you listen to this show, to not trust me to watch your child. You don't know me yet.
Exactly.
I just thought that was kind of weird. But if you know somebody, you've met them a couple of times, that's not enough for you?
Would you feel comfortable if you've only met somebody twice, and who knows how long the duration of that meeting, those meetings were? I mean, what if it was just cocktails with somebody?
But if you had dinner with somebody, don't you think you'd know them enough to where you could trust them with your kids?
I don't know. Was it just a one-on-one dinner? Then maybe.
Maybe
probably not.
10 of you sitting around having a good time?
No, probably not. I had a text come in from Lacey, and I wanted to cover it before the weekend because it's happening tomorrow. She says, you guys are always looking for fun things to talk about or things to talk about. Here's one for you. My sister did one of those posts on Tuesday looking for a babysitter. You know those ones where someone's like, hey, guys, anybody out there in the Facebook world able to watch my child between 4 and 10 p.m.? You know, those kind where it's just like whoever can come watch my babies. And then it says it's for tomorrow night so she can go to a friend's birthday. And then she says someone that she's only met twice is going to be watching my niece and nephew. So is that enough time to know if someone is capable? Have we let people that we barely know or never met watch our children too, like a 15-year-old girl? Now that I think about it, I got word through the grapevine that the babysitter that I used to have watch Liam, Shayla, who panned out to be pretty awesome, but I had never met her until the day she came to the house.
But you trusted somebody you vouched for, though, right?
15-year-old girl. I had several people say she was good, so then I was like, okay. But that's the only one I can equate it to. But just to let everyone on Facebook know that you're going to be gone, your kids are going to be someone they're not familiar with. all night. I don't know.
Hey, Kim, thoughts on this?
Well, I have a couple of thoughts. It depends on a couple situations. What kind of conversations were had in that couple of days that she met him?
Yeah.
And like the extent of like if she has kids or not, or she takes care of pets, or she's able to keep any living thing alive in her care, basically, is kind of what I would take in consideration.
So
And
the
then
thing is,
also
I don't
what
even
kind
know
of-
if it's a female or a male. Like, I
Right.
assume.
That doesn't matter so much.
What?
I think what matters is the conversation and the communication that went down in that hangout, whether it was drinking or not. If they got drunk and acted stupid, maybe not so much. I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
If it was intelligent conversation and fun, I would be okay, maybe.
I don't know. I feel
If
like
I
there's a
wasn't
big
far from
difference
home.
between a male and a female, too.
True. But if I wasn't far from home and I was just going down the road to a friend's party, I'd be a little bit more comfortable doing that because then I could always just leave the party and stop in and check unannounced and say, hey, how's things going? Everything good? You need any ideas for supper? What my kids like or whatever? Then I'd be more at ease in that situation, per se.
Per se, yeah, I would too. I appreciate it, Kim. Thank you.
Let's begin now.
Let's get this Friday thing crack-a-lackin'. How's Kat?
I am fine. How are you?
Good. Give me something good from yesterday. Just give me just one thing that was good that we should know about in your life from Thursday.
Probably the best thing was our monthly lunch with Grandma and Grandpa, 92, 93 years old.
How they doing?
She wanted me to relay to you that she stood on one leg for 10 seconds. So she will live until she is 102
I love it.
years old.
I love how I just read a piece of research that came out, and Kat immediately takes offense because she's got elderly grandparents. But I'm great, Ellie.
Yeah.
Good. Another
She
10
made
years.
Grandpa count, and his legs look so good. They were so like swollen there for a while, maybe like some just blood pressure situations. But then I got him one of those pedal while you sit. I ordered it from Amazon, and he said that it did make him feel a lot better, but he also got a shot in his knee, like a cortisone?
Cortisone shot, yeah.
So he got that, and he is doing so great. His legs look awesome, and just great conversation. And good.
Did Dick try to stand on one leg for 10 seconds, or only Ellie?
No, just Ellie.
Because he knows he's a gamer.
He knows he can do it. So he's just like, why even try?
Good.
I'll live until I'm 150. Went to Fleet Farm, just ran a bunch of errands. Went to a Legion garage sale at the local firehouse where everything is Goodwill. I had a handful of stuff, including a posture corrector, which...
Oh, like it makes you put your shoulders back?
Yeah, the one that you said that you would mercilessly hammer on me for.
If you got.
So I put that back. I was this close to buying it. I was just, you know what? I could probably go back today. But the thing is, I've never been to a garage sale like that where you could just like grab a bunch of stuff and just give them $5. But you give them more, it's a Goodwill.
Yeah.
But then I put everything back and I give them $5 because I don't need anything. And what else? Liam got a haircut and ran to the concession stand and made some street tacos and went to bed. I crashed hard.
What time did you go to bed?
9.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Hold on, before we give away this free money.
You are not.
We have to talk about this. So during that commercial break, Kat immediately launches into a proud moment of making her child weep. Tell everybody what you did.
I was not proud that I made him
your
cry.
chest was puffed out. You were very happy that you made your child cry last night.
I'm just upset that he is not to the point where he knows my humor yet. You've been around me for almost a decade, and you don't know that I will not give you up for adoption or send you away to a farm if you wreck my quartz countertops. I mean, of course, I'm not going to send you away.
Who tells their child in formidable years that if you do it again, I'm going to send you away?
Listen, it was a joke.
And he cried.
Yes. And I look at him, I'm like, oh my God, I should
send you away, is what she said.
Crying.
The kid dropped a water bottle, and she said,
a metal tumbler.
I'm going to send you away if you do it again.
They're brand new countertops.
You're a monster.
I wouldn't actually send him away.
You're an absolute monster.
You know what people would think about me, and you know how much I care about.
I feel like I need to start another side hustle just to make money for your kids' future therapy. It is time for eBay. Price is Right. Last night when the storms hit, I was up, couldn't go back to sleep. Found myself looking for a new entertainment center for our cabin.
I've never been on eBay in my life.
Never?
No. Mm-mm.
I started just kind of tinkering around on eBay because there's always some interesting items on there, Kat.
Okay.
I need you to give me the correct retail price without going over if you'd like to win.
Okay.
On eBay, Kat, what do you think 2 human forearm bones are going for?
Real human bones?
Real human forearm bones. 2 of them. What do you think is the exact retail price without going over?
Calcification goes for a mint nowadays. I'm going to say $45.
$125 can get you 2 human forearm bones on eBay today.
Oh, I was way off.
Kat, looking for the exact retail price without going over of a T-shirt that has 3 possums singing at the moon that I nearly bought.
Oh, I can't go over. I'm going to say 16.
You are very close.
Was I?
$15.99.
Oh, did you hear the I almost said 15.
The 3 possums singing at the moon. Almost bought it. Kat, how about a vintage child's clown suit from the 1930s? Nearly 100 years old is this kid's clown suit. What do you think is the exact retail price?
For vintage, I'm going to say this one's going for $80.
Pretty low.
Oh.
$500.
Oh, man.
For an old school clown suit. Now, remember, back in the day, they were all white with just the red riffles.
Yeah.
And the red buttons. $500 for that. I thought that was overpriced. I also took note, Kat, of an Elvis Presley pink Cadillac postage stamp with the beach towel. All right, Elvis pink Cadillac postage stamp from the beach towel. It was sent out into circulation about 30 years ago in 1993. What do you think is the exact retail price of that nowadays?
Maybe $317.
Oh my God, no, only $25.
Oh,
but it's a stamp.
Yeah,
for $25. All right, finally, Kat, what is the exact retail price of an unopened, again, this has never seen the light of day, Mr. T air freshener from the 1980s when Mr. T was on everything? What is the current retail price on eBay of an unopened Mr. T air freshener for your car?
Well, I was surprised by that, Elvis. So I'm going to say $9.
You are very close. That's $9.96.
Ooh, okay.
Right on. You did pretty good at this. You're a good shopper.
See, I feel like I would just cower into a ball if I were on that show. I'm not very good at that stuff, like figuring out pricing for things. I always think things should be more expensive than they are.
Well, it's a good life to live then.
I guess I'm always constantly surprised in a good way.
I get it. You get to the end of the week, you've been hustling, you've been grinding. Might not have been the most pleasant and most bestest week you've ever had, but it's probably going to be pretty decent in comparison to the following people on an FML Friday. Kat.
All right, today my sister and I look enough alike that she was able to steal my ID and go get a tattoo at 15 years old. Our mom is furious and also blames me and saying that I willingly let her use my ID. FML.
Today I was mowing my lawn for my summer job. I noticed next to me a shiny new Corvette being washed by the owner. I gave a friendly wave. He waved back. Just as I heard a huge clank and the mower blade shoot a rock into the side of his car.
Oh, no. That would be horrible.
FML.
Today, my girlfriend got a sexy new tattoo as a surprise for me. It's on her boob in Japanese next to a pair of sexy lips. I'm not saying that. And she claims it says queen, a word before it. Very skilled with her lips. I'm fluent in Japanese, so I wish she'd asked for my help first because it actually translates to mouth ruler, which is not sexy at all. FML. If you are going to get any other dialect on your body, you need to do some research for sure.
Today, after pulling a cram session all-nighter, I had the pleasure of meeting my girlfriend's mother for the very first time. She walked in on me in the bathroom, where I'd completely lost focus and fallen asleep while taking a poop.
Oh, my God. You've done that before.
FML.
Today, I got fired on my second day on the job. I'd said that I was the former manager of a Sears that had permanently closed, thinking they wouldn't call and verify since it was closed. I put it on my resume. Turns out one of my coworkers used to work there for 10 years and said she had never heard of me. FML. Wow.
Finally, today, I saw a video of me from over the weekend. Naked, pretending to be a duck.
Classic.
What the hell happened that night? FML.
Aren't those the best nights, though? Sometimes you got to call or text people to fill in the blanks.
When everything wasn't being filmed on a cell phone and how great that was?
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.